Welcome in another session on rural marketing. I am Kumar Abhishek, and in this session we will see the major classifications of rural products, and we'll also have some discussion on why we are exactly doing these classifications, how these classifications are useful to us. So the first classification which we are going to take up is the end use classification. In this, we classify any product into two different categories. These categories are, first is industrial products and second is consumer products. Based on the end user, these products have been classified. Let's take an example. Suppose I am a farmer producing wheat. So if this wheat is going to a flour industry or some food processing industry, it will fall under first category, that is industrial products. If it is going to the end user, suppose if I am selling to some person who is buying it for his or her own household, then it will be consumer products. So based on the end use, that exactly how the buyer is going to use it, it will be categorized into two different segments. Now comes the second category, which is related to the durability, tangibility classification. Here we categorize the products into three broad categories. The first is durable products, such as we have seen mobiles, or in case of rural we can see the tractors, or whatever the other products which we use, tiller machine, or even any other similar products. Whereas the second category is non-durable goods, such as in fertilizers, seeds, insecticides, pesticides, what we are going to use in terms of a rural product. These are non-durable goods. The third category which we are going to take up is services. If suppose I am taking services from some irrigation department people, or I am employing people in my own field for some agricultural work as an agricultural labor. So this third category is service. In many of the cases, service and non-durable goods have some common entities, such as these things are very perishable or have a very short or no lifetime at all. But broadly, these three categories are really sufficient enough to cover all the products which we use. Then comes the third classification, that is classification based on consumer good classification, which we call it. Here we divide the products into four major categories. The first is convenience good, the second is shopping good, the third is specialty good, and the fourth one is unsought good. Taking up the convenient good. The convenience good is something which we frequently use, which we frequently buy. So the level of involvement in the promotion is not much. Let's take an example of some toothpaste or some soap or some products which are like salt or something. Here we can see that the product is not very much different from their rivals, such as FMCG products. So their distribution is pretty broad, their price is relatively similar, the promotion is related to mass promotion, something related to the mass, because these products have been used by large group of people. And the level of involvement is less in case of here, because it is not very well used, it is more like a common product, so there is no much specific kind of approaches given here for promotion. And the kind of frequency a customer puts in purchasing them is pretty high as compared to other categories. The consumers are purchasing these goods pretty frequently. Then comes the second, which is shopping goods. Here the frequency of purchasing is low and the brand loyalty goes a bit high, because the products are not oftenly used, but their segmentation is pretty much very well defined, and the distribution is through selective outlets. Let's take of some cloth or something related to jeans. Here if you're buying a jeans, suppose if I'm loyal to some XYZ kind of a brand, so I will try to buy that brand. In case I do not have that option because of some reason, then I'll go for some B, the second choice. So that's why the brand loyalty is something very specific. Unlike the convenience good, it is not easily available many of the places. It is selectively available on some of the outlets. And if we see that the kind of promotional activity which we carry out in this case is related to advertising and personal selling. Now comes the third category, that is specialty category. Here the brand related consciousness is even higher. We don't buy it frequently, and that, like the frequency which we are talking about, strong brand preference and loyalty is there. Then very brand loyal, like the people who are using these kind of products are very loyal to the brand. They are not ready to compromise in terms of price or availability. Even if the delivery is delayed, they can wait because the brand is more important as compared to the products which we saw earlier in the last two segments, that is convenience and shopping. So here the selective outlets which we saw in the shopping, here the outlets are exclusive. In the selective outlets, people may keep 10 kind of 2-3 brands of jeans, such as some flying machine is also there, some like I can have multiple 2-3 particular jeans or something like that. But in case of specialty, let's take example of luxury car or any car. If we go to the Maruti showroom, or let's take example of some tractor. If I have gone to some tractor making Sonalika tractor, the dealer, then I won't find Vandeer there or any other brand. That's why the selectivity is pretty high. People are brand conscious. If I have to buy a tractor of this particular company, I will buy. I won't compromise in terms of the horsepower is there, or the performance there, or post-purchase services is there. Whatever it is, I won't compromise. Though I am already determined to buy this product of this brand, which is not that strong in earlier cases. Here, the promotion is very much targeted. Let's take an example of luxury car. If suppose I am going to buy some Mercedes or some luxury like Jaguar. So in this case also, the product is very well defined. The outlets are very much exclusive. Even the advertisements are not broad or not for mass. It is specific to very few people. Though they are using some common platform for promotion, but that is for brand building. But for the real purchase is happening because of selected target customers which they are focusing for. Now comes the fourth category. This is unsought goods. These products are never wanted by the buyer, but somehow we have to buy it. Therefore, if we see the attributes which these goods share, is very different from the last three categories which we have seen. Here, the buyer's behavior is not very known because people are not pursuing to buy it, they are forced to buy it. We will take some example to make it even more clear. So here the level of involvement is low, whereas the brand loyalty will accept the substitute. They are ready to accept it because they are not very much keen to buy these products. And the price is also very much, it is varying as per the need, and the distribution is also not very structured. And if we see the promotional activity, it is very much aggressive promotion, and personal selling is also there. So in unsought good are something which the people are not willing to buy, but they have to buy. Just take an example of a medicine. Just take an example of some insurance, the health insurance or the property insurance, something like that. Because I don't want to buy it, but I have to. Or the third party insurance which we see in terms of public vehicle. So we can't buy it, we don't want to buy, but we have to. Either because of some reason or some legal compliances or something. So here, even if I am not willing to buy, but I have to. and I'm not very much conscious about the price variety, because it is just a need of that hour, and I am not looking it for much more than that. Suppose if I'm having a headache, I may go for some brand. If it is not available, I'll ask for any tablet which will help provide me some relief from this headache. So in that case, unless until very well prescribed by doctors, if I'm talking about other medicine, normal medicine which we take in our regular life, or stomach ache or something like that. So it is something related to those kind of where the people are not willing to buy it, but they have to. Now we if we see that why exactly we classified these products. The most important thing is to product development. Like if I have to classify the product, it will help. Suppose if I'm talking about some wheat or something, so we will see that what exactly the market is, who are the major players, and what exactly are the use of this product segment. If I'm going to change some of these elements, how it's going to affect the market, what more options which we'll have. So that's why the product, it helps us in defining the product if we are in the early phase of business. It makes us our products even more broader in that way. So the first purpose is to product development. The second is effective product management. If we see that if this product is falling under this category, just to take an example of products which are there in the rural market. If I want to see that the larger size are not easily sold in the rural market, so I will make some kind of product change in the present product. I'll reduce the package size. The life buoy which is sold of 20 rupees in cities, it is sold at 5 rupees in the village, even more. Though the 5 rupees are also available in the city, but the 20 rupees which is sold more in the cities is less sold in the rural area. That's why these are for effective product management. If even I have seen 50 paise shampoo in the village, which I haven't seen in the urban setup from like at least 10 to 15 years back. I haven't seen, I don't recall the last time we have seen that 50 paise shampoo thing. That shows how even the packaging is there also an important. And if we see exactly which product it is, if suppose it is a convenience good, or it is something related to shopping goods, so we can identify exactly what is the promotional activity we are going to offer, who is our buyer, what is the age group, and what is the purpose these products are selling. Where comes the third use of this classification, that is drafting an effective, a better marketing strategy. As we discussed the 4 P's, we can see that what promotion should be there, what is the price which we can quote, what are the promotional activities which we can carry out, and what are the places. Suppose some product have been sold in online network, then what are the existing marketplaces where these products have been sold, and what is their how these products have been sold there. So we can see all those things which help us in making these strategies even perfect. So this is the use of classifying these products. So in this session we covered the basic classification of rural products. The first was end use classification, the second was durability and tangibility based classification, and the third was consumer goods classification. And we had a short idea of why the classification is needed. I expect our participants have some better idea about the products and their classification related things. I expect next time whenever you go to the market, try to identify all those classifications of a product. Take one product in your hand or in your mind. See what categories they are falling in. Or even if you are going to visiting the nearby market, try to identify how many kinds of classified products which we discussed in this session are available around you and in that market. And try also identifying that what exactly things are really helpful if we come to know about the categories of these products, how it is helpful to us. With that, we are closing for this session. Thank you.